Reflect in English podcast.
The Lost Puppy in the Park. The sun was low in the sky, and the air was cool. Daniel walked slowly along the path in the park. He had finished work early that day, and he wanted to enjoy the evening. Birds sang in the trees, and a few children played near the swings. Daniel liked this park because it was quiet, and the grass was green and clean. He carried a small bag with a bottle of water and some fruit. His shoes made a soft sound on the path. As he walked past a bench, he heard a strange noise. It was not the sound of birds or people. It was a soft cry, almost like a whimper. Daniel stopped and listened. The sound came again, from behind a bush near the playground. He walked closer and bent down. Behind the bush, he saw a small puppy. The puppy had light brown fur and big dark eyes. It looked thin and dirty. Its ears were flat, and its little tail did not move. When Daniel reached out his hand, the puppy stepped back, afraid. "Hey, little one," Daniel said softly. "It's okay. I won't hurt you." The puppy looked at him, but did not run away. Daniel slowly opened his bag and took out an apple. He knew puppies did not eat apples, but he hoped the smell of food might help. The puppy sniffed the air, but stayed still. Daniel sat on the ground a few steps away from the bush. He waited quietly. After a short time, the puppy moved closer. Its nose touched the grass, and its eyes stayed on Daniel's hand. Finally, it stepped forward and sniffed his fingers. "There you go," Daniel whispered. He moved his hand slowly and touched the puppy's fur. The puppy did not pull away. It let out a small sound. Not fear, but something softer. Daniel smiled. The puppy was very thin, and Daniel could feel its bones under the fur. He thought maybe it had been lost for some days. He looked around the park to see if anyone was searching for a dog, but there was no one. Daniel stood up and picked up the puppy carefully. It was light in his arms. The puppy did not fight. It just rested its head against his chest. "All right, let's find out where you belong." He walked back to the main path. A woman was walking her own dog nearby. Daniel asked her, "Excuse me, have you seen anyone looking for a puppy? I just found this one behind the bushes." The woman looked at the puppy and shook her head. "No, I haven't. Poor thing. It looks so hungry. Maybe it's lost. You should check with the park office or the vet in town." "Thank you," Daniel said. The woman gave him a kind smile and walked away with her dog. Daniel looked down at the puppy again. Its eyes were closing as if it was tired. He thought it might not be safe to leave the puppy here. He decided to take it home first, then check the town for help the next day. He held the puppy close and left the park. When Daniel arrived at his small apartment, the puppy lifted its head and looked around. Daniel opened a door and carried it inside. His apartment was simple, with a sofa, a small table, and a kitchen corner. He put the puppy gently on the sofa. The puppy looked around and then curled into a ball on the soft cushion. Daniel quickly went to the kitchen and found a bowl. He filled it with water and placed it near the sofa. The puppy sniffed the air and then drank eagerly. "Thirsty, huh?" Daniel said with a smile. He searched his fridge and found some plain boiled chicken from the day before. He cut it into small pieces and placed them in another bowl. When he set the bowl down, the puppy stood up and began to eat quickly. Daniel sat on the floor and watched. The puppy finished the food in just a few minutes, then licked the bowl. After that, it looked at Daniel with softer eyes. It slowly walked to him and sat on his leg. Daniel felt warm inside. He gently stroked the puppy's fur, which was still dirty, but softer than before. "You need a bath," he said, "and tomorrow we will try to find your owner." That evening, Daniel prepared a small towel and a shallow basin of warm water. The puppy was nervous at first, but Daniel spoke gently and moved slowly. He cleaned the dirt from its fur and dried it with the towel. When he finished, the puppy looked much better. Its fur was fluffy, and its eyes seemed brighter. After the bath, the puppy followed Daniel around the apartment. It did not want to stay alone. When Daniel sat at his desk to check his emails, the puppy curled up under the chair. Later that night, Daniel placed a soft blanket on the sofa and guided the puppy to it. The puppy lay down and closed its eyes. Soon it was asleep. Daniel watched it for a moment, then turned off the light. The next morning, Daniel woke up early. The puppy was still asleep on the sofa, its little chest moving up and down. Daniel prepared breakfast for himself and some more chicken for the puppy. After they ate, Daniel put the puppy in a box with a soft towel so it would be safe to carry. He left the apartment and walked to the small vet clinic near the town center. Inside the clinic, a young woman at the desk looked up. "Good morning. How can I help you?" she asked. Daniel showed her the puppy. "I found this puppy in the park yesterday. Do you know if someone is missing it?" The woman looked at the puppy with kind eyes. "Poor little thing. Let me check." She stood up and carried the puppy into another room. Daniel waited. After some minutes, she returned. "The puppy is healthy, just very hungry and tired. We checked for a microchip, but there is none. That means we cannot find the owner so easily." Daniel nodded slowly. "So, what should I do?" She said, "You can put a notice in the local shop and in the park office. Maybe the owner will see it. If nobody comes after a week or two, you can decide if you want to keep it or bring it to the animal shelter." Daniel looked at the puppy again. It was sitting in the woman's arms, looking calm. "Okay," Daniel said. "I will put some notices and see what happens." The rest of the day, Daniel walked around the town. He printed small papers with a photo of the puppy. On the papers, he wrote, "Found, puppy in the park. Please call if this is your dog." He left his phone number at the bottom. He posted the notices on the board in the grocery store, at the park entrance, and in the vet clinic. That evening, Daniel sat at home with the puppy. He waited for his phone to ring, but no one called. The puppy lay on his lap and fell asleep. He stroked its fur and thought, "Maybe no one will come. Maybe this puppy is meant to stay with me." The next morning, Daniel went to work as usual. He worked at a small shop that sold books and magazines. Before leaving, he gave the puppy food and water. He left a blanket on the sofa so the puppy could rest. When he came home in the evening, the puppy ran to the door to greet him. Its tail moved quickly this time. Daniel smiled and picked it up. "You missed me, huh?" he said. He felt happy. The puppy made his apartment feel warm and alive. On the third day, Daniel walked to the park with the puppy. He carried it in a small box at first, but then he let it walk on the grass. The puppy stayed close to him and followed his steps. A few children saw the puppy and came near. "Can we pet it?" one of the children asked. "Sure," Daniel said. The children touched the puppy gently, and the puppy wagged its tail. It looked more confident now. Daniel was glad. He also checked the notice board again. His paper with the photo was still there, but no one had written or called. That night, Daniel's phone finally rang. A man's voice asked about the puppy. "I saw your paper. Can you describe the dog?" Daniel explained about the brown fur, the size, and the dark eyes. The man was silent for a moment. Then he said, "Sorry, that is not my dog." He ended the call. Daniel looked at the puppy, which was lying on the sofa. It was chewing softly on an old sock. Daniel said, Not your lucky day. The days passed. Daniel still hoped the real owner would call, but no one did. He started to feel that the puppy belonged with him now. He gave it a name, Buddy. "Buddy, come here," he said one morning. The puppy ran to him and barked softly. Daniel laughed. Good boy. One Saturday, Daniel invited his sister, Anna, to visit. She came in the afternoon and brought some fruit. When she entered the apartment, Buddy ran to her and barked. "Oh, you didn't tell me you have a dog now," Anna said. "I found him in the park," Daniel explained. "I tried to find the owner, but no one has called." Anna bent down and stroked Buddy's fur. "He's very cute. Look at his eyes. He trusts you." Daniel nodded. "Yes, at first he was scared. Now he follows me everywhere." Anna smiled. "Maybe it's fate. He chose you." Daniel did not answer, but he felt something warm inside. That night, after Anna left, Daniel sat on the sofa with Buddy. He thought about her words. Maybe this little dog is my family now. Buddy rested his head on Daniel's leg. The apartment was quiet, but Daniel did not feel alone anymore. 1 week later, Daniel returned to the vet for a checkup. The same young woman greeted him. "How is the puppy doing?" she asked. "Very well," Daniel said. "He eats, plays, and sleeps a lot." The woman smiled. "That's good. Any calls about an owner?" "No," Daniel said. "Nobody." "Then maybe he's yours now," she said kindly. "You were taking good care of him." Daniel felt happy to hear that. He bought some dog food at the clinic and went home with Buddy. The following month was full of small changes. Daniel woke up earlier each morning because Buddy wanted to go outside. He learned how to train Buddy to sit and stay. Sometimes Buddy made a mess in the apartment, but Daniel did not get angry. He cleaned and tried again. At the park, people began to recognize them. "There's Buddy," children called. Daniel laughed when he heard that. Buddy grew stronger. His fur was shiny now, and his eyes were bright. He ran fast on the grass, and his bark was louder. One day in late summer, Daniel sat on a bench while Buddy played with another dog. A man with gray hair walked past. He stopped when he saw Buddy. "Excuse me," the man said. "That dog, where did you get him?" Daniel felt nervous. "I found him in this park some weeks ago. He was lost." The man looked closely. "He looks just like my dog, Max. Max ran away 2 months ago. He has a small white spot under his left ear. Does your dog have that?" Daniel called Buddy over. He touched the fur near the ear. Yes, there was a small white spot. The man's eyes filled with tears. "That's him. That's my Max." Daniel's heart felt heavy. He looked at Buddy, who was sitting at his feet, tail wagging. The man said, "Thank you for taking care of him. I thought I lost him forever." Buddy looked at the man, but then pressed closer to Daniel's leg. It seemed confused. Daniel was quiet for a long moment. Then he asked softly, "Do you want to take him now?" The man nodded. "Yes, he is my dog." Daniel bent down and stroked Buddy. "Buddy, or Max, your owner is here." Buddy looked up at Daniel, then at the man. Slowly, it walked toward the man. The man knelt down and hugged the dog tightly. Daniel stood up. "I'm glad he's safe now." The man said, "I'm so grateful. You saved him." He gave Daniel his phone number. "Please visit any time. Max, Buddy will never forget you." That evening, Daniel sat alone in his apartment. The sofa was empty. The blanket was still there, but Buddy was gone. The apartment felt very quiet. He missed the sound of little feet on the floor. He missed the soft bark. But he also felt proud. He had helped a lost puppy find his home. A few days later, Daniel's phone rang. It was the man. "Hello, Daniel. Max is doing very well. He is happy to be home, but I think he misses you. Would you like to come for a walk with us tomorrow?" I smiled. "Yes, I'd like that." The next day, Daniel went to the park. The man was there with Max. When Max saw Daniel, he ran at once and jumped happily. His tail moved faster than ever. Daniel laughed and hugged him. "Hey, buddy, I missed you too." From then on, Daniel often joined the man and Max for walks. He did not live with the puppy anymore, but he was still part of its life, and that made him happy.